Saturday, and I welcome you back to the show. Yeah, I'm excited today. It's our last podcast for the year 2021. Yeah, I know I have excited people with me, and I must confess it has been sweet, bumpy, and then slow and steady. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, being the last podcast for the year 2021, it's going to be short and exciting. Yeah, what we intend to do today is to bring you a recap of all that we have done, and you can get the link. Click on the link below to access this clip. Yeah, and please do well to share, like, and subscribe. So I think the first episode we did was how to start being January. So on that episode I talked on how to set goals. The start of a new year is not necessarily a cancellation of your previous goal. So goals that were not attained in the previous year can also be carried on to the next year. And I also made mention before how your goals need not be grandiose like all outlandish and the like, but yeah, suppose. Okay, another thing we addressed was funny things we do for love. Yes, we did that in February, being the month of love, and we talked about funny things that we do for love, as some people do a lot. We've been in that position before, and if you want to know about it, click the link below. Yeah, and another topic we addressed on this channel was know the girl behind the voice. What I did here was to give you an insight into my personality and the things I do, and also give you an information about me. Yeah, if you want to know more about me, click the link below. And don't forget to subscribe. What to ask on the date. Yes, on this episode I actually talk about what to ask on the date. Some persons, they don't know what to say on the date. They're just meeting a lady for the first time, you're just meeting a guy for the first time. How do you strike a very interesting conversation for continuity's sake, and also for it to be very comfortable for two of you to continue with the conversation? Another thing I talked about, it must be a minister. On this particular topic, I talked about how for the believer, I think I was majorly addressing the Christian sisters, on how the hallmark for spirituality when it comes to choosing a spouse is not necessarily that the man is on the altar. When I mean the altar, I mean on the stage. So there are believers in other offices in the church or in other positions in the church, and not necessarily on the stage. So the stage should not be a criteria to choose a spouse. So if you want to know more about this, the link is attached below. So click, and don't forget to subscribe. So ladies and gentlemen, so let's just take a break. When we come back, I'll conclude with the others. Okay, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, I've always wanted to speak like this, but a roommate of mine said it sounds weird. Like, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. So another episode we did was why will. This was kind of personal, but was from a legal perspective, and I was talking about why there's a need for people to draft will, especially the older generation. If you want to know more about that, the link is below. You can click on it. And another thing I also talked about was when my life felt like Nollywood. What I did here was to tell about situations I've encountered while as an undergraduate that were weird, that I thought could only happen in Hollywood, but was part of my reality. And another thing I talked about, yes, we had a seminar one time with Favor Borokini. Yes, she was a guest on this particular channel where we talked about culture and development in minor effect. On this particular seminar, we talked about whether culture actually hinders development or if it can go hand in hand. If you want to know the answer to this particular question, yeah, you know what to do. And another thing I talked about was why I don't like worship minister. It's actually a funny episode. We talked about how some ministers get so carried away with skill and dexterity that they forget the fact that they are there to worship. If you want to know more about that, it's on the link. You can check, scroll down, subscribe to my channel also. Another thing I addressed on this channel this year was compromise to loss. Yeah, on this particular episode we talked about compromise. For every time you have a standard, you have something you live up to, you have a principle that is good, emphasis on good. Anytime you compromise, don't expect to get a getter reward. No, we believe that anytime you compromise, you lose. Yeah, that's what we believe. Another thing I talked about recently was stubborn or strong will. Yeah, what this episode tried to do was to show us, are we actually stubborn? Some people say you're stubborn, others say you're strong-willed. If you want to know more about where you stand, you know what to do. Yeah, the last episode we did, that was on Christmas Day, was memories of Christmas. Yeah, what I did here was to go back memory lane, where I gave you some of my experiences then when growing up with respect to celebrating Christmas. Yeah, next year promises to be interesting, and I know it holds a lot for us, and I'm ready to take that journey with you. And also, God keeping us, we'll also be here next year, December, to address how far we have gone. We want to know more about what 2022 hold for us, what our plans and way forward. Watch this space. Subscribe if you are yet to, and also share to your friend. Let's grow this channel together. Yeah, thank you very much. I love you.